What are you doing up there? Hey guys, look like cool.
Elizabeth, can you bring that yourself?
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1 Million Cups Northeast Tarrant County Community. This is probably our, I don't know, 15th meeting or something. I can't remember. But, well, just total, like, yeah, we've been doing this since January. So January times, so 10 times 4 is 40. Yeah, this is our 40th. So congratulations to everyone. Today is Wednesday, October 13th, 9 a.m., 2021. Thank you all for joining us. We're excited here today to have you. And I'm just going to blitz through some of these so we can get to our special guest speaker. Those of you new to 1 Million Cups, as many of you are business owners and have presented in the past or run a business or manage a business, this is a forum to help you succeed by presenting to a supportive space where you can kind of test your ideas, tweak, or understand some of your obstacles and get professional opinion on how to navigate. It really helps you walk away with a clearly defined path to maybe an issue that you're seeing. Typically, we have enough time for 1 to 2 presentations. We typically are doing 1, and we're maximizing our time with 1 presentation. And presenters are not here to sell a product, but really present their product. Thank you to our sponsors, the library, as always. Cecilia, thank you. The North Texas Entrepreneur and Education and Training Center has been gracious to provide coffee the last month. And culture consultants, Ms. Michonne Landry and her Inclusive Leadership Institute on providing the follow-ups to our speakers. These are our organizers today, and you can see them on the screen with Jack at the bottom is actually our presenter. So now to the fun stuff. I am going to call on Darlisa to pick on somebody to introduce themselves in the room. And whoever gets picked on, the microphone is here on this computer, so we encourage you to speak up.
Wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful opportunity.
Wonderful opportunity to pick on someone. All right, so we have lots of visitors in the room today. So I don't know their names, but we're gonna go with Michelle Holloway first. So we're gonna come up to the podium so they can see.
Okay, so
Craig is like really tall. So
okay. Hi, this is why I'm here, because this is what paralyzes me. I'm probably gonna not be able to breathe in just a minute. Okay, so my name's Michelle Holloway. I'm an occupational therapist, and I'm a new entrepreneur owner of Lifestyle Transitions. I focus on the elderly community, keeping them out of the hospital, fall prevention, and aging in place, so they don't have to leave their home, move to assisted living or a nursing home. If they've already moved to assisted living, it's to keep them in that location and not progress them down the trail. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a doctoral student for occupational therapy. What else? And I'm nervous as all get out. So thank you.
So also in the room, we have Mr. Nate. He's not a stranger, but he's new to 1 Million Cups, so he gets put on the hot seat. So Nate, welcome to 1 Million Cups.
And I am tall, so I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to stand back. Yeah, so Nate Padilla, I'm with Bambino Ad Space. Appreciate you guys for having me here. Darlisa has been trying to get me to come to this for about the past month. And so I'm glad it finally worked out. But so I'm glad to be here and glad to hear what the speakers have to say. And hopefully we can continue to see you guys as the weeks go on. Oh, Bambino Ad Space. So we totally forgot the reason why I came up here. So we put up TVs, monitors, and run local advertisements for businesses here in town. So I'm excited to get to know you guys more, and hopefully I'll be able to present to you guys sometime in the future as well. So thank you.
Okay, so I see a new face on Zoom world, virtual world. I am going to call on Mrs. Grace Tornick. Would you like to introduce yourself and give us your 15 seconds?
Well, wow, how wonderful. I got tied up on a call, so thank you for letting me introduce myself, jumping in late. I apologize. My name is Grace Tornick. My company is Get Life and Health. I specialize in two particular products. I do life insurance with living benefits for cancer, heart attack, stroke, and long-term care. And I do a very affordable health insurance product that, in my opinion, works better than a major medical. And it's actually for people who are not qualified for a subsidy on healthcare.gov and who are paying a lot of money for health insurance and they don't have a lot of pre-existing conditions. That's what I do. Thank you for allowing me to give you my introduction.
Woohoo! Welcome, Grace. So welcome, Grace. Whatever shall to Woman in Cups. Back to you, Grace.
Exciting to see so many new faces and familiar faces. I really appreciate all of you guys' support, the community we've built, and the time that you're dedicating to join us this morning. With that, I'll introduce our guest speaker, and he's also an organizer and pillar of the community, Mr. Jack Bradshaw. He's our chamber president and CEO of the North East Tarrant Chamber. I've known Jack probably 10 years. How long have you been with the chamber, Jack? 10?
8 to 9.
8 to 9 years. And I'll tell a quick story, and then I'll turn it over to Jack. But I was fortunate enough to be selected to be on the hiring committee to identify a new chamber president after we lost Bob Hamilton. And we struggled. It was a tough time. Once, losing Bob, but two, finding the right person. And we actually recruited and did a series of interviews and just could not come to a conclusion on any of the candidates, even though they were all qualified. We were just struggling with the fit. And somehow, I don't know if it was a God thing or what, but the name Jack Bradshaw came up. And it was like, Jack Bradshaw, it was Jack Bradshaw. And literally within a week, it was mutual interest, and the whole committee unanimously thought Jack would be a perfect fit. And that was 8 years ago. So thank you for your leadership and service, and welcome to the podium, Jack.
It's funny, Craig, because I almost remember that like it was yesterday. And you and I had kind of a similar background because we were both in advertising. I remember that mutually. And I remember they said, well, come on and meet the whole board of directors. And I went over there to North Hills Hospital. The place was just packed with, directors, I think former directors and everybody who I got a chance to meet. So that was a great moment. And it's been a great, really been even more fulfilling than I imagined it when I took the position, and really been just a great, a great opportunity to meet so many wonderful people. It reminded me a lot of from a small town in Illinois of about 8,200 people, and it had such a sense of community about it. Was one of the reasons why I took the position. And so, kind of leading into that, when I was first hired with the chamber, my initial priority was finding a new chamber website and member software hosting company. We had one of those kind of garage websites without very little management of our database. And so we did extensive research. We actually looked at 16 different options. We settled on our current platform, WebLink, because they had it at that time, a broad and smart platform, we thought. And they've served us pretty well over the last 8 years, but now it's pretty outdated and compares poorly to the websites and software that's available today, and also has no mobile app. We've also had many issues with billing and credit cards and spend lots of time working on internal issues. So almost 3 years ago, we created a technology committee and started looking for an app that would help us be more engaging to local businesses and consumers, while also showcasing those same local businesses, entertainment, family tourism, and other opportunities in Northeast Tarrant County, while also making it easier to interact with our platform. A lot of what we hear is people try to, they sign in, they try to put their information into their page and sign up for events and things like that. And sometimes it's difficult, and there's one browser that is easier than another browser, and they've never been able to fix that. So we just wanted something that would help with internal issues as well. But we also wanted that easier to interact with the platform was very important to us, especially via cell phones. So our search for an app has brought us several opportunities, but nothing that we were ultimately that impressed with. In July of this year, we were introduced to a company called TagFi, and I want to talk about them today. TagFi is a next generation custom branded web, iOS, and Android platform with community networking and marketplace software that has a fantastic look and has many ways of involving current members, attracting new members, and engaging with consumers. It is so much more than a website. It's a very functional back-end and member-centric software solution, mobile app, and website app that we feel will take us to a higher level of online engagement with our members and also our non-member businesses in our communities. So the Brooklyn, and Craig, if you'll come up and help me with this, the Brooklyn Chamber recently launched the platform that we also hope to launch. I want to show you this quick video. Oops. It's catchy.
Can you guys see the?
Yes.
Okay.
There's two of this also.
Okay. I'll stop share then. Share another one.
This being repeated on the cell.
Okay. So.
Sir.
Up, down.
Is this being
Okay.
repeated on the cell?
Cell phone?
Yeah.
You can access it on the cell phone.
You can access it. You can access it.
This meeting right now on here.
Yeah, you can access it on Facebook Live.
So hopefully everybody was able to see that pretty good. That's just an introductory video from the Brooklyn Chamber. We are interested in fashioning, if we move forward with TagFi, fashioning that kind of whole marketplace concept here in North East Tarrant County. So one of the reasons we really like TagFi is that we feel that succeeding as a membership-centric business in 2021 and beyond requires a very strong digital engagement strategy to add values to our members and communities. Many membership organizations are, after the pandemic, are down in membership and revenues, and including us. And we feel that delivering on digital networking and more advanced digital solutions will be critical to the growth of members and revenues moving forward And a stronger chamber is all about us being able to service you stronger as well. We feel that to really grow and invest in our future, we need digital engagement that will appeal to younger entrepreneurs as well and business owners who operate more and more online. So the biggest risk in moving forward is the cost investment. The TagFi platform is about 7x the cost of our current platform, which used to be called WebLink, and then it was Atlas, and now it's MC Change. And yes, TagFi is a bigger investment, but we also think it will take us to a new level of members and revenue, just like WebLink did when we launched with their platform. When I came aboard the chamber, we had 517 members. Right now we're at 851. So we had at one time gotten up just above that 1,000, but we've come back down, and we think TagFi can get us up there and get us up there to stay. So a couple of, just a little bit of a look here at some of the benefits to users. First of all, you have user profiles. And these profiles are great looking profiles that allow you to really put your company out there to people who are on the site. Users actually can sign up and create anybody can create a personal profile for free. I already created one at the Brooklyn Marketplace. I put my interest in, and I get emails when certain things are coming along that I might be interested in. Also, we also have business profiles, and that's where you as a company, you can put your company out there, information, videos, pictures, all your social media links, but it's done in a really smart, visually appealing way. We also have a member directory. It lists all our members with the ability to search and filter by industry. And that's available on the website. It's available on the website app and on the mobile app. And it really looks good. And I'll show you that in just a minute. Event software and directory, and we've struggled a lot with events throughout the 8 years that we've had WebLink, is just trying to make it easier for people to sign up, to log into their page. And we've been disappointed that there weren't more upgrades. We thought that we'd see more progress in that direction. So we're excited about what TagFi can offer as far as events and an event directory. And then the channels and the partner software. This is really, really cool. And if you have a business and you want to do a channel where people can interact on your channel, the channel is really, really cool because it really takes your whole company up to a level where you've got this channel. It's kind of like your own internal Facebook, when people can interact on it, and just has a lot of functionality. And so we're very, very high on the channels and the partner software. It's got a content wall feed, like I was talking about, where it's your own kind of Facebook. You can make it private or you can make it public. It's got that one-on-one group messaging. And then the services marketplace, where you're able to say, hey, here's the services that we have. Here's what we do. People can come on and say, hey, it was great. I worked with David, and he did a great job for me on my pens and my banners, or Tracy, or that's where you can endorse other people. And so it's very exciting. When we look at all the possibilities of what we can do digitally, it gets us very excited. So let's kind of go. Here's an example of our current business page under what's now MC Change. So you can see that it's got the company, and it's got contact. It's got contact information. It's got a link to the website. It tells what categories they're under, and so there's your current business page. It's about the same as it was 8 years ago. So the TagFi platform business page. Here's Brooklyn Larder. And you can see that it's beautiful. It's got the nice description there. If you go down, it's got the social media links. You can message the business, share an invite. It's got a phone number right there. And it's got a whole gallery of pictures. So you can put pictures, businesses. So it's a nice upgrade. When we talk about the channels, like here's one of the channels they had. It's food, beverage, restaurant, and bars. I'd probably call it dining out, or going out on the town. And it's just where all the food, beverage, and restaurants can come together, sort of as their own ecosystem, and talk about what they're doing, and in this time, maybe they're talking about trying to hire more people, or it means they can create their own, their own kind of ecosystem within our app. Then we have community channels. So City of North Richland Hills, or if Camille with her magazine wants to have a community channel, this is where Darlisa, maybe as the center NTX, you could talk, and have all your people come and talk about what it is that they're doing. So that ability to have the community channel is great. This is where nonprofits could have a great community channel and interact and talk about what they're doing as well. And then business channels. You in a business, as a business, could look at having a channel too. It's a little higher level of membership. It gives you the opportunity to have this really neat channel where people can interact. It gives you just a higher level of engagement. So this is our current member directory. We do have a member directory. When I first came, we didn't have a directory at all. And so we were very excited to get the member directory. And so what it does is you do have a search by keyword and by category. And then we have the quick links down here. And so once you click on that, just like you saw the Chef Point page, that's the kind of page that comes up. And the TagFi member directory is a much more robust, better looking, easy search, and just gives you the opportunity to really showcase your business better. Then there's a business services area where you can talk about your services and what it is that you do. Products and offers. Right now we have we do have a hot deal area, but it's largely not been engaging enough that we really pushed it at first. And if you go there, there's a coupon offer there, but it really never engaged on the way that we wanted it to. So this products and offer section, we think, will be a much more engaging part of the app to our members. And then the event section. So that's one of the areas we really want it to be easier for people to, hey, I want to go to the luncheon, boom, click, and you're in, right? Or I want to go to this, I want to go to this. So we're much more excited about the next generation attraction for the events and the ability to promote the events and then make it easier for everybody else to sign up and be part of the events. So the marketplace, for us in the membership, it allows us to do a lot of different things. We can do a lot more monthly fees on a membership. So maybe you're paying $30 a month instead of having to renew somebody at $300 or $350 every year. You can just put it on your credit card for $30. We do that now, but we just have a lot of issues with it. We have the ability to do trial memberships. So let's say Darlisa has somebody that she wants to sign up. She can say, hey, here's the link, sign up for a 2-month trial membership, come to a luncheon with me, see what you think. And so it provides us with a lot of opportunities and a lot of opportunities for you guys to take a look at and provide a whole lot of different levels of membership. And so we're pretty excited about that. We think that that what TagFi allows us to do is get to a higher level, just like we did, of getting to from 517 members up into the 800 on a pretty consistent basis. We'd like to engage more members, and that's good for you. And the more people that come in through the marketplace and see this, that's the more that you have a chance to interact with. So we're very high on it. We think that getting up to 1,000 members, maybe being able to attract another 100,000 in revenue is really a game changer for us. It allows us to do that much more to service our members in the community. So we think we can also attract former members back to the chamber, as well as build more sponsorship revenues and offer payment options and trial memberships like we talked about. When we talk about the price, you can quantify it in the sense of 67, a level of 67 more paid customers, whether those are people that renew at a higher level or new members that we attract. We can pay for the platform by having a higher level, by having 67 more paid customers. I think that is pretty easily achieved. We're looking at a 2-year deal to kind of see how this whole thing could go. You can also quantify it in a way right now of investing $23.50 in every one of our members. So are we willing to make that $23.50 investment, which maybe eventually, it may cost everybody $2 or $3 more per month, but we think this platform is absolutely worth it. So those are two of the ways to kind of look at it. We've never been, when we launched WebLink, we were not really in a position. We had to, that first year was $17,500 to launch that. We weren't really in the position to do that, but we knew we had to because we weren't going to get to that next level unless we did it. So it created some hardships that we were able to overcome, and it turned out to be a very, very good business move. We're actually in a very, very good place financially to make this move and make it thrive. So we feel very good about making this investment back into our membership and back into our communities because we think it's going to provide a lot of excitement. We also want to do a kind of a big member event. For those of you that have been part of that in the past, it's like a membership drive. We don't really like to call it that, but we think we could generate a lot of excitement around a kind of a membership drive event where we're trying to get the whole community involved, and we have this new platform to showcase at the same time. So we feel like that probably will pay for it just in January. But we think overall utilization of the TagFi platform and launch of our own website app and mobile app will allow us to create a unique business marketplace, much like the Brooklyn marketplace. That'll be the catalyst for achieving that higher level of members and revenues and allow us to do much more for our community. So it's an exciting digital platform option. We haven't seen anything like it out there. And we're already a leader in offering great in-person events and programs. And with TagFi, we can also become a leader in the digital business marketplace. We think the investment's really going to pay off for our chamber, but I'm interested in what you guys think and your feedback. So I'm just going to kind of open it up for questions. Do I want to stop the share, Craig?
Well, you know what? They can still see your face.
Okay.
So let's keep that up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jack, for your presentation. So we're going to get to questions and answers. And our first question is, what can the 1 Million Cups community do for you?
Wow. I think that we've already the 1 Million Cups community is a great supporter of the chamber since this has launched. We've really gotten to know Darlisa, and I think we've got 4 or 5 new members through that. And I think what I'm looking for really 2 things. I'm looking for everybody's opinion. What did you think of the presentation today? What do you think of the platform? You can also go to the Brooklyn Marketplace. You can go there on your phone. You can go there on the web. If you want, go ahead and do a profile, play around with it, and take a look at it. But I'm interested in, does everybody think this looks great? Do you think it's a good investment for our chamber to move forward with? And then secondly, I would love for when we do have our big member event in January, and we're going to make a big deal out of it. It's going to be great. I would love for 1 Million Cups and everybody involved here to be part of that as well.
They can see his face.
Okay, if anyone online has a question, please raise your virtual hand. I know that we have a question in the room. Rich?
Rich Haas, American Legion.
Speak up.
Do I understand right that there'll be a slight increase in our annual dues membership to pay for this? And that sounds like a great idea to me.
Not right away, but we'll launch it and then we'll take a look at it. And maybe if, it's possible that I think by being able to present several different levels of membership, that whether that cost is $30 a month or $50 a month, we'll see people sort of upgrade there. But eventually, yeah, we haven't really taken any price increases for a while. We showed a lot of grace during the pandemic to members and who needed it. And so eventually, I think there would be sort of a $2 to $3 a month increase. But I would hope that we would do it in the sense that, hey, this is really going great and people love the platform, and we wouldn't want to hurt anybody financially, but I think just that's a great thing about having more members. It's just a slight increase can really help financially.
The second thing is not really a question, it's more of a statement about the different modules of things that could be accomplished. And I was trying to filter that through our nonprofit and how it affects us, because our marketplace is only veterans, it's not the whole public. Although we do have a big PR, we want to make a big PR presence, and that would be. But I could see just about every section in there would fit something that we could do, and I happen to have a person now who could do that, become part of that.
I really see for the nonprofit.
Not a technical person.
Thank you, Rich. And I really see for the nonprofits having that channel and being able to do things like maybe feature some of the veterans. Every time we go over there, I end up talking to someone and their stories are so interesting, right? And some of the things that you do with Boy State and things like that you'd be able to feature on there. I think having a channel would be a nice deal for the American Legion.
Okay, Craig, you have a question?
Craig?
Yeah, one comment, one question. Comment on the presentation, Jack. If TagFi is cooperative with other applications, for example, I'm pretty familiar with Facebook, fairly familiar with LinkedIn. Others, chamber members may be familiar with Salesforce.com, whatever, right? But I think part of what would help in this presentation would maybe be a slide that shows all the other social media platforms that maybe chamber members are very familiar with that this integrates with. That would diffuse, I think, some of the, do I have to do something additive to spread my word? But rather it just integrates what they're already doing, type of thing. So just logos, I think would be helpful. I think not legitimizing, but helping reinforce that this is an integrated tool. Yeah, and you could see that on the business channels. It had you can do all your links on there to make it easy to link to that. But I think what makes it kind of special on the extra communication is that we've all been very excited about Facebook, and we're out there. We have a chamber Facebook page. We have some of the other social media things, but lately it seems like we don't get as much reach as we used to, which is kind of interesting. And this allows you to either do also a great communication tool that you have control over. But yes, those are integrated and will be part of your business page. So my quick question is, in your presentation, you talk about how this benefits the membership and how this is the future of chambers, digitizing chambers and whatnot. What does this do for you on a back end standpoint from an operation? How does it benefit chamber staff? It makes us more efficient. So we spend a lot of time on our back end system. We spend a lot of time on, if you talk to any of the staff, and Angie's on here today and she can back me up, but we spend a lot of time working on back end issues. So we think it saves us at least the expense of a part-time person. And so that makes a huge difference as well. And some of the features that it has, we think also that since we're doing so much digital, that we would probably phase out our print directory as well, because it's such a robust directory. So those are some of the places we could definitely save on expenses. But we've been working, ever since I got here, we've been working on being more efficient. We do believe that what we did with WebLink and some of the efficiencies that we put into place with the way we do events and everything else, and of course our wonderful diplomats and board that help us with events and volunteers, allowed us to, we probably operate
one of the reasons we're in such a good financial position is we probably operate at a 20 or 25,000 less than we operated before because of efficiencies that we've created. And then through the pandemic, we had to create some more efficiencies. We think if we add this as well, that we can be at a really good place from an expense standpoint. And that way, we love the idea of saying, hey, we've invested in you, our membership, with this digital marketplace. We already have great events, great luncheons, hometown heroes, all the things Family Fourth that we do, and that's great. And this would just balance it out with this great digital platform that we have, and that we think like I said, will take us up that next level. And just remember that break even is 67 paid members, whether that's higher level of renewals, new members, whatever it is. So basically, we think that's about people connecting and talking about it and everything else. I mean, 851 members. If it's just enough of them, talk to them about the other people, talk to them about the platform and getting involved. And then, people come in contact with the platform and they're like, oh, what is this, right? And it's just it's the North Tarrant platform, or or the North Tarrant marketplace, and they look at it and they're like, wow, I want to be involved. And then they do a profile, and then they like, oh, I want to put my business on. Oh, okay, I've got to become a member. Oh, that's $30 a month. Boom. So we see that as just a great strategy. Or if they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it. Oh, let me sign up for this trial membership, which gives me two months of a membership. We would, when they do that, we'll invite them to a luncheon, put our diplomats out there, invite them to the Tuesday group. It's just a higher level of engagement. I think I read an article in Forbes the other day that talked about that the companies that were, and nobody knew a pandemic was coming, right? But the companies that had invested in technology had definitely weathered better, and also did better through the pandemic. And there was one specifically on banks that talked about the banks that had, you don't think about banks being, really that technology forward, but the ones that were weathered the pandemic a lot better and got and saw more growth than the other banks. So we think that the timing is really good. We've never been in better shape to make this move. So we're pretty bullish, but we want, we've been talking to our board of directors. We're introducing it. I wanted to get as many diplomats here as possible to kind of get your opinions and see what you think. So we're just kind of publicly putting it out there that we like the idea of this, but we're interested in what everybody else has to say as well. So any other questions?
Yeah, we have some online questions.
Okay.
First, we have Mary Hildebrand.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Jack. Question. So we know that you can post that you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram and all of that, but this is a completely separate platform. Is that what I'm understanding? So this is another place that we post. So this is another place that we need to drive people to. Is that correct?
If you have a channel. So if you have a channel, then you have that one-to-one, you have that ability to kind of have that Facebook-like functionality on your channel. So if you want to invite people there to talk about makeup, Mary Kay, or if we want to have a channel on great patio dining in North East Tarrant County, and then we invite, and then we start to post pictures and we start to talk about experiences, and we invite people who have a great patio experience to post a little video or things like that. That's the kind of things that you can do there. So yes, we understand that, between Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and everything else, and even I love all of that, but you can only do so much. But it does give you the opportunity as a business to do a channel and have that, but also for us to create kind of these communities within a community of dining out or nonprofits, to go along with our nonprofit luncheon. For the hometown heroes, we'd have a hometown hero channel page where we could put some of these backstories and get people excited about the hometown heroes. There's just a lot of possibilities there. So yeah, it is its own separate platform, and where it integrates with really the others is just you being able to, from your business page, link to all your social media.
I love that. I love that part, but for the idea that this is a virtual directory and that we get out of print, that we stop handing people print one, that it is live, that it is like, I can instantly find David since he has joined since the last time we did a print one. To me, that if I want to say an actual way to find each other business to business, to me, that is probably the best, because yes, we have one, but to navigate what we have right there right now is kind of, as you said, a unique proposition to find businesses on our website, on our site right now. So to me, just the ease of where to find each other is as much of an asset as having those separate channels, because realistically, people are kind of channeled out in their space that they can have to actually go do stuff. But to be able to find each other easier, to me, is one of the bigger assets as a business owner. I'm very excited about that part of it.
All right, thank you, Mary.
All right, great. Our next question is Janae.
So good morning, Jack. First off, as
Hey,
someone
Janae.
who's worked for a chamber and has used WebLink, thank you. Your staff really wants to tell you thank you. Because it is not user friendly. So I think kudos to the chamber for being proactive in moving away from that technology. Now, my question is on clarification. On the events, the chamber will be able to host all of their events there, as well as any member of the chamber will be able to list events there.
That's
so
correct.
with this being an added benefit, added tools that the chamber is offering to the members, when it comes to pricing, are you all going to change the way you tier your pricing to unlock different benefits? Or is it going to be no matter what level of member you are, you get access to the entire platform?
Today, there will definitely be different tier levels, right? There'll be a basic, like anybody, member or not, can come and do a profile and sign up to get notifications about this, or my interest is dining, or my interest is going out. And then you'll have the basic membership and then the channel. And so there'll be different tiers that unlock some of that. So we have yet to, we're not there yet, but there will definitely be different tiers. And that's great because we see some of that now with our members. They come in and they're just launching and they join the chamber, and then they start coming to groups and they start building their business, and they're like, okay, now how can I step this up? So we hope to have a very logical kind of step up, real easy. Oh, you're going from $30 to $40 a month, and now you get this, and this. So we think that kind of a tier and a tiered pricing system will provide kind of a natural, easy way up the ladder, if you will. That as we see our businesses, and as businesses come in the first year, they're struggling and they're going to groups and they're building their business, and then the second year gets better, then the third year they're like, okay, now what can we do now? And then in 5 years in, and if Ken Coomer was on here, I always joke with him that you become a 10-year overnight success, right? After 10 years, you've got this big success going on, and everybody's like, oh man, Janae is so lucky. Look, and she's got a successful business. Just nobody thinks about the 10 years that you've been building up and building to this level. But ultimately, that's what you want. You launch a business and you launch a company, and you take the risk and the time and everything else that you can build it into a success, and you build a great reputation in the community and everything else. So we think that this site really allows for that, and really echoes what we want out there in the marketplace, where we can take a business and present them in a better way to all the rest of the businesses that are out there. It's great if you come to a luncheon, you're shaking hands, you're giving cards and everything else. We just want to be able to do that as well as we would do that in person. We want to be able to do that digitally as well.
There you go, Jack. We gotta.
Oh.
We got two more questions, so we gotta.
Okay. All right.
All right.
You mean we don't have 3 hours to keep going?
All right, so our next question was from someone online, and it was, how many paying members do we have year to date? And then what happens after year 2? Will it be the same cost?
Short response.
Yes. So we do have lifetime members, and we've probably out of our 851, we're right at about 760 paid members. And after year 2, we renegotiate based on what level have we gotten to? Okay, so there's a couple different ways that we look at paying for the leasing of the software, then a certain amount per customer for all the functionality. So it's just after 2 years, it's a renegotiate, and that'll be based on, hey, have we achieved that next level? You know, was it better for us to invest in TagFi than to invest in another part-time person? You know, has it made that difference? Have we got, first of all, did we at least break even on the 67? But where I want to be is more like 100 to 200 new paying customers and an additional 100,000. And remember, we're a nonprofit. We are a 501c6 nonprofit, business nonprofit. So everything that we take, we invest back into basically the members and the community. That is what we do. And so that's what we're talking about doing here. So that's a good, valid question. It's a 2-year deal. And I think it will be based on how the platform, you know, what did we achieve with that platform? And I talked to the CEO of TagFi, and I said, that's going to be very important when we come to that, you know, when we come to that year 3, where are we now? I mean, he's very bullish. So he's like, oh my God, you're going to double your revenues. You're going to double. I'm like, great. But, you know, if we can just get to those levels, another 100 to 200 paid customers and another 100,000 in revenue that remember, we're reinvesting that back in the communities and our membership.
Awesome. All right, our last question is from Shay Jackson.
Shay.
Short response.
Short, short response. Yes.
We'll make it quick.
Yes, Shay. All right, go ahead.
So my question, well, I don't know if it's a question, because you know I'm tech, but one of the things that I thought about in trying to discover a way to make it more appealing to business owners, because we talked about Facebook and all the other social media platforms. One thing that I see a lot of small businesses, I won't say suffer, but do not have it, don't think about, is a great mobile website, because so many people are on their phone, right? And so if with this platform, there is a way they can leverage that, because Instagram is great, Facebook is great, but as you're adding more content, it kind of falls down to, you know, in your history, and a lot of people don't scroll a long time. So just my input about figuring out a way how for businesses, how it can be an asset for businesses that do not have a website or an outdated website, how they can use this platform to improve their business and really get it out into the hands and eyes of people that may be looking for them, but they don't have that website. I don't know if it offers SEO or anything like that, but it seems like you can filter out different things on it, so that if you're on the community is on the website, they can find that specific type of business.
Yeah, that's a great point, Shay. It serves as a mini website, and we have it on WebLink too. It's just, to Janae's point, it's not even close. So people can actually use this as their website. It's got a unique URL. It's searchable, all of those things that you're talking about. So especially for a small business who maybe isn't ready to make that $2,000 investment in a website, join the chamber, you know, $30 a month, and boom, you've got basically, call it a mini website, but it's pretty functional, and you can put a lot on there, and you could gain a lot of notoriety that way as well.
Okay.
All right, great. All right, well, now we are going to turn it over.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for all of the questions, the announcements. That is a great platform. Jack, one thing I will recommend is on a focus group to get more insights and, you know, have people play around with it. That can kind of give you some additional points. So really quickly, we want to go into community announcements. Please go to the chamber. They have a plethora of activities happening during the week. Coming up, you have the the Business Expo, October 21st at the FAC, Dynamic Women's Alliance, October 27th, and the annual golf tournament, October 28th. So please go to the chamber website to get that information. Also, in the chat box, I put in there, the Center North Texas is officially opening. Yay! So I would like to formally invite all of you guys to the ribbon cutting and the grand opening. The ribbon cutting November 10th at 1:00 p.m. And the party grand opening is November 13th from 10 to 2. The link is in there. There are other announcements. So the Olive Garden on Tuesday, which is the Network Success Group. We have Synergy on Wednesday mornings from 8 to 9. So there are lots of activities happening in the chat box. Please check them out. And I'm going to kick it over to Craig for a couple of additional announcements. You have an announcement? Oh, no, go ahead. No. Go ahead.
The North Richland Hills Library is offering 2 free Reference USA workshops on Monday, the 18th, and one is at lunchtime at noon, and the other is at 5:30. And if you're not familiar with Reference USA, it's a business and residential information database that's used for reference and market research, and it's a really great tool for small business owners, entrepreneurs, students, market researchers, and job hunters. So you can sign up on our website. And again, these are free classes. One's at noon, one's at 5:30.
And what's the date?
The 18th, Monday the 18th.
Monday the 18th. So mark your calendar. Thank you.
And if you have any questions on that, you can refer to a past presentation that the library gave us about a month and a half ago on this tool. Real quickly, I want to call to your attention the 2021 Heart of North Texas Conference. 1 Million Cups is secured a table of 6 for this particular event. And if interested, please reach out to myself or Darlisa. The seats will probably go very quickly. But again, a table of 6 has been identified. The event is November 5th, 2021 from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can see on the screen, we have a special agent in charge of the FBI to talk about cybersecurity, as well as the state of Texas demographer. Plenty of sponsors have already signed up. And so it's going to be a fantastic event at the Hearst Conference Center. So please reach out again to me, myself, or Darlisa if interested. Finally, the library has been a fantastic facility and we'll continue to use them in the coming weeks. Celia and her staff have been awesome. They open at 10 a.m. and they've been coming in early to welcome us into this facility. It's worked out perfectly to get our sea legs as far as meeting in person and a dynamic with virtual. However, the goal of the North East Tarrant community for 1 Million Cups has been to migrate around, move around and explore the community. And this is my idea, but I think we have an opportunity to possibly venture out and consider Darlisa's Center NTX as a potential location for 1 Million Cups. Don't know when, but it could be in the next couple of weeks or right around the grand opening of a facility. But I wanted to gauge the group if what they thought about switching gears and moving over to the Center North Texas. Thoughts? It's off Roof Snow and Browning Boulevard. It's behind the Whataburger in that shopping center. It's very close and centrally located. The folks in the room put their thumbs up. I don't see any objections or concerns. Anybody on the virtual have any thoughts? Okay, thumbs up, Mary. Great. Well, what I'll do is I'll ask Darlisa about her thoughts about when she thinks it might be a good time. And we'll give you guys 1 to 2 weeks notice of the location change. With that, I'll turn it back over to Darlisa to talk about following us on social media and closing us out.
Well, thank you, Craig. Craig is known for putting me on the spot. I just want to tell you guys that he is like really good at that. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me? Awesome. Okay, so as Craig mentioned, we are on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn, we are on Instagram. Please follow us, connect with us, share. Also, if you know of a presenter that would like to share the stage, please send them our way. If you have presented in the past and you'd like to present or again to give us an update, please do so. Thank you guys so much for your patience and sticking around with us this morning. We did go a little bit over, but please reach out to Jack and the chamber or Angie to give them feedback on this dynamic platform that they have coming. And we look forward to seeing you guys here, same time, same station next week. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.